Well, I thought for this video, we would just vlog, and I wanted to share something that happened with me this past week. While I do that, I'm gonna get ready. So, I did my own nails, by the way. I will show that in another video, but it's so satisfying. Look how good that came out. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good, I think. I applied for a job, and I felt very confident about this because I knew someone that worked in the company. I'm gonna take my ring off. I know someone that works in the company, and they recommended me. I did everything. I did the resume, the cover letter, I have a portfolio. Everything matched, everything looked really good. So then they messaged me to do a screening phone call interview. I felt really excited, but I was also very like, I got this, you know? I was already looking to move, everything, the whole thing. Like, I was just very excited. So then the day of the call came. I mean, it was the next day, but anyway. So I did the call the next day, and I blew it. Basically, that's what happened. I got so nervous out of nowhere. I have no idea. I mean, it was a lead position, so, you know, it was something that I felt very confident. I got this, you know, I had the skills, the profile, and my skills, my resume, they matched. And I was like, this is it. This is gonna work out. I'm a great candidate for this position. And I think this mentality of like, oh, I got this, threw me off. And it made me not really give it my all during the interview. And then I blew it. I got nervous. I started just, my brain was thinking one thing, my mouth was saying something else. And I honestly haven't been this nervous as I was since like high school, or English is not my first language. So in middle school, when teachers called on me, I would get very nervous, and I would get so hot around my neck, and I would start sweating because I didn't want to mess up. I have this problem, which I am very hard on myself. And when I put an expectation, I get so frustrated if I don't meet it. Like, I will get super frustrated if I try baking a cake and it doesn't work, you know? So long story short, the next few days I got an email saying that we're not gonna go with you. We're gonna go with somebody else. And that just sucks. Like, let's just be brutally honest. It sucks because essentially it's an email saying that you're not good enough. You're not good enough for us. We're gonna go with somebody else. And that just made me so frustrated because I really wanted this job. I thought it was just a really good job for me. And I got very sad. I cried, actually. So I really thought that I was gonna get it, and then I blew it. So I knew, like, I kept thinking about it so much. I had dreams about it. I just couldn't stop thinking about what I did wrong, which I know exactly what I did wrong. I started stumbling on my words because I got nervous. And then also she was speaking very fast, and I didn't ask her to, hey, you know, just go a little slower, you know, let's take our time. And I didn't do any of the things that I practiced to do, you know, I didn't respond in any of the ways that I know to respond. So, you know, I just didn't get it. And then I felt very, very down because I didn't get this job. However, I was praying days before that, if this job is meant for me, if this job is meant to help me become a better person, personally, professionally, great. I want it. If it's not gonna do that, then I don't want it, because I've worked at really terrible places and with really terrible people, but I've also worked with great people that gave me so many opportunities that really allowed me to learn and to grow in the company. So that's what I wanted. I wanted an opportunity that was really going to help me become even better at what I do. But I do want to bring up, how do we handle rejection? It sure wasn't the first time that I was going to have to handle rejection, and it's probably not the last time. So I started thinking about this, how important it is to just understand that when a place or a person rejects you, it's not about you. The interviewer, she had 20 minutes to see if I'm a good fit for this company, if I'm a good fit for the role. She didn't see that in 20 minutes. And maybe I was a great candidate, but maybe she needed a whole hour, and maybe I needed to be better at showing up for that. So I just wanted to, come on here and tell you that it is perfectly normal to be rejected, because we're not meant for everyone and we're not meant for every place. And that's fine. That's just the way life is. And you gotta treat rejection as something outside of you. It's not a reflection of your skills. It's not a reflection of who you are as a person. It is not a reflection of your value. And I think if you are someone like me who just puts so much pressure on yourself, it can be really hard to deal with a rejection. But in the end of the day, it's about realizing that, hey, you know what? Maybe that just wasn't meant for me. And that's fine, But if I just keep going and I keep honoring who I am and my values, eventually something is gonna happen, and I will find what is actually meant for me. And that's totally okay. But I think a lot of times we just put so much pressure into who we think we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to act, and all of this stuff. And in the end of the day, it's not worth it, because it is not about who you are when you get rejected. So treat it as it's something out into the world, and you are just doing your thing. And eventually you will find what is meant for you. So that is kind of my takeaway when it comes to rejection, because it is part of life. And I think as you get older, you just start having, there's like a little bug. I think as you get older, you also start just having this like F that mentality, because you can't be bothered by the little things, There's so much out there to be lived and to do. And then you just say, you know what? I'm not gonna let this situation take the best off of me, and I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and eventually what is meant for me is gonna work out. So maybe that sounds too optimistic, I don't know, but it's a great way to go about life. I think it's a great way, because this one is really tough to open, because in the end of the day, you can only do so much. You can literally, so I'll tell you another story. Last year, I was going to buy a car. While I was in Brazil, I had my clothing company, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get a car. It's just gonna make things so much easier for me. And I did everything. I bought the car, matter of fact, I paid for it. But in Brazil, I had to order a car so I could get the discount because of my disability. And when the car arrived in the dealership, they hit the car. They hit it I did everything right for this to happen for me, you know? But somehow it didn't happen because maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So, you know, I sometimes sound way too positive about things, and people might say, you know, put your foot down. It's not like that. Life's not like that. But I prefer to be a positive person than a negative person, because in the end of the day, you know, I trust that things happen for me. So if I trust that, then I have to just be mindful that regardless of how well I do something, if it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen. And I have to be okay with that. So when I got that email, I was upset, you know, I was very upset actually. And it's so funny because my boyfriend, he knows me way too well. And just texting, he knew I was upset. And he called me and he's like, hey, you're not okay. And I'm like, I know, I blew it and it's all my fault and all of that. And he was like, no. It wasn't meant to be, you know it. So don't worry about it. Better things will come, and just know that you are incredible, you are talented, you have all the skills and the abilities, and you know, shame on them for not wanting you. And I was like, okay, thank you. I needed that. Sometimes you just need that, you know. But him and my mom, they're so great. They keep me sane and grounded, and you know, all around, I need them in my life all the time, because you need people. I said this in a previous video. You need people that are supportive of you, supportive of your dreams, and you're not gonna find that just anywhere, you know? So if you find people who are supportive of you, who encourage you, keep them in your life, because it makes a difference. I cannot even tell you. So I am gonna get ready, but I'll come show what I look like in the end. There's like a little, you know, those like banana bugs, there's one flying around here. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready and I will show you my outfit. And I do get a few questions. I have gotten a few questions lately about hair. So let me get my stuff and I'm gonna come back and just show you how I'm gonna style my hair today, because it's so hot. I don't know if you can see, I'm like getting ready and sweating at the same time. So be right back. Hi again. So here is my outfit. You can't really see, but I will post a picture of it. And basically with my hair, I am just gonna put it up a little bit because it's really hot here in Florida and I'm gonna go outside. I have pants on. It's gonna be miserable. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put my hair up. I have these little clips and these are so good. So if you only have one arm and you want to put your hair up, find things like this that you can easily manage. I have this little one, I have bigger ones, so it's really easy, it just makes life much better, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this and I separated a little curl in the front and I'm just gonna bring my hair back behind my ears. I wash my hair every other day, and today I didn't wash it, but what I did, I just put a little bit of water on it just to kind of tame the frizz, and also some gel or hair jelly, whatever floats your boat. So I'm just gonna take this, Did you see that? So looks like that. And then I'm gonna take the hair here, and what I do, I just try to get everything, and then I find my clip, and I can feel one didn't make it. So we're gonna try that. Okay. So how does that look? I think that looks good. I'll try to, oh, here's, see, sometimes some pieces, they don't quite make it, and then you just have to try it again. So hopefully that looks good. Hopefully. I feel like people are very forgiving when you only have one arm. So I did see that there are just some mascara spots that I need to clean. So what I like to do is typically I'll just let my mascara dry. And even if I smudge a little bit, that's okay. I just let it dry because then I can come in and it removes so much easier. Anyway, I do want to encourage you to not take rejections personally. Learn from the opportunities that you have. You know, being rejected by this company sucked, but then it was a good learning opportunity because interviewing is a skill, and maybe I just need to practice more and become better at it, but that's okay. And you know, don't take rejections personally. Put yourself first. Love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and just understand that if some things don't work out, maybe it just wasn't really meant to be. Okay, so if you want to watch another video where I talked about self-acceptance and my ups and downs as an amputee, you can watch this video here. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.